Well, how's it going today, guys? It's me, Mr. Ty, and today we have something very special. Actually, we have the newest motor from iFlight to review. This is the Xing-E edition. It comes in the same packaging as the original Xings do. However, these have a little E at the end. It's like dash E. The E stands for eco or economic, something like that. I have a little picture on the screen. But yeah, let's go ahead and open this up. Alrighty guys, so they all come in the same packaging. They have all the different sizes of motor right here at the bottom. And the E class you can get in, or the E line you can get in a 2207, 2208, or a 2306. I have the 2306 1700 kV edition. However, they have the 5S kV edition and the 6 or 4S kV version 2. And they're the same kV as their counterpart. So the 2306, the E class has the same kV as the original class would, and same with the 2207 and the 2208. Alright, so once you open it up, on the inside, you have your motor and a little baggie of hardware. Now in this little baggie you have a full-size anodized 5mm prop nut. What I really like about this one is it actually does come with a full size, as opposed to the original line came with one more like this, the low profile version. The issue I have with the low profile ones is that every time I seem to clip a gate or a tree branch, it loosens my props. So I personally prefer to have the little bit more surface area, and just grab onto a couple more threads. With the full size one, it doesn't add that much more weight, and in my opinion it's worth the little bit of weight, so I like that. Also, they made the shaft long enough to accommodate for the bigger one. On the original Xing motor, the shaft was a little shorter to accommodate a low profile nut. The motor comes with 150mm of wire. The original one comes with 160, so that's 10mm less, but still plenty to reach most builds. All up weight is 32.63 grams, and with the nut it's 33.26 grams. So not the heaviest motor out there, definitely not the lightest, but it actually is only 1 gram lighter than its or it is 1 gram lighter than the original Xing motor, even though it has a steel shaft as opposed to a titanium one. It has the high temperature N52 magnets. These are slightly thinner than what come on the original Xing motor. However, I will explain at the end why I think that's a good thing. Some people would argue it's a bad thing, and from what I understand, the original Xing motor had the slightly thicker magnets, which were just slightly bigger than what the ideal thickness is for a motor this size. The bell is 6061 aluminum alloy. That is a lower grade alloy than what comes on some of the higher end motors. However, the bell is the weakest part of a motor, and no matter what alloy or how strong the aluminum is, it's still aluminum at the end of the day, and a good knock's going to bend just about any bell. It has a 2mm lock screw at the bottom. And this lock screw is a little bit longer actually than what you might find on most motors. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Probably a good thing. One thing to note is it is a button head screw, and you don't have that weird little triangular washer like you do on most motors. Not the easiest to pull apart. The magnets are extremely strong. One thing that you will see on here is it does have that little impact rubberized washer on the inside. That is to help on impacts to save the bell or the bearings, as well as I believe it helps make it a little bit smoother. Be careful, there is a little tiny washer that's stuck on top of that bearing. Just be careful not to lose that. All right. This bell is coming out just a little bit underneath 13.5 grams, which is right around what the Xing Motor bell was. The only difference is on this bell, most of the weight is going to be in the center of the bell, since this has a steel shaft, and on the original Xing Motor, it had a titanium shaft and a lot more aluminum on the outside of the bell. The weight distribution does play a role in how the motor performs, and I'll get into that a little bit later. This motor comes with 6mm 10.9 hardness steel. Also, a little thing to note is there is a small drop of blue Loctite on the screw already. I find that as a pretty cool bonus on a budget motor like this, coming in at only $13.99. That's definitely something I didn't expect to see, a little bit of Loctite pre-installed on the screw itself. All 4 screws come out just slightly under 2 grams. Now, I've been flying these motors on my main rig for the last couple of days. I got about 30 packs in on them. They still sound great. Oh, that sounded terrible. I think a battery strap. I don't know if you can hear that. But they fly great. I have some flight footage going right now. First, I will show you a comparison of a punch out. I used 3 different sizes of props. I used the Gym Fan, Wind Dancer 5043s. These are my go-to freestyle prop. These are a little bit heavier prop. They are extremely responsive. However, they are not the most efficient. I also used the Min Chan Kim props, or also known as Kabab props. These are 5146.6, also 3 braided props. These are quite a bit lighter. These come in at 4 grams, 4.2 grams to be exact. These ones come in at 4.63 grams. These ones I experienced when I would be falling through my own prop wash or in any really hard maneuvers. These ones on my rig, at least, which is a 700 gram freestyle drone, comes in at exactly 700 grams with the Wind Dancer props on here. These props seem to flatten out and just weren't quite as responsive. I feel like there's just maybe not enough meat to these props, and it just gets pulled through the air. Still good props. I got the same amount of flight time out of these ones as I did the Wind Dancer props. These ones are extremely efficient, but I just don't think that they are ideal for the weight that I am flying. And then I also did the Lumenier props, which these are the butter cutters, and surprisingly to me, these actually performed quite well. The only downside is I went from about 4.5 minutes of flight time to about 3 minutes of flight time, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. However, in the full throttle test, you might see that I didn't quite hold the throttle down for a full 3 seconds like I did on the other 2 props, just because I was getting so high up there. I'm somewhat close to an airport, and I just don't want to break any laws over where I was flying. However, extremely fast, and are just as responsive as the Wind Dancers were. I was a little afraid that the motors might have an issue spinning up this heavy of a prop. This comes in just a little shy of 5 grams. I think it is 4.89 or 4.88, something around there. But yeah, these props, if I was racing, would probably be the go-to. However, I value that 1.5 minutes of flight time over that you know, balls to the wall, all out speed. So I personally am going to stick with the gym fan props, the wind dancers. However, these gate breakers, definitely still a decent prop. I haven't flown them in about 6-7 months, but coming back to them, they weren't bad. So the differences between this and the original Xing motor. The original Xing motor on the bell itself was a lot meatier. They added an outer drum, which made it extremely strong. However, especially since it was 7075 aluminum, which is the better aluminum. However, when you put more weight on the outside diameter of a motor, it takes more energy to speed it up and slow it down than if there was less weight on the outside of the motor. So, to recap, the original Xing motor, in theory, is a lot stronger. However, this one should be more efficient and have slightly better, can't think of the right, response. The reason for that is that not only is the outer bell thinner, the magnets themselves is thinner, and the bell comes in at just about the same weight, yet we know that the shaft weighs at least 2 or 3 grams more, given the fact that it is steel versus titanium, and it's longer. I think that's a good thing. I personally only fly frames with a lot of extra motor protection, and so I am not hitting my bells a lot. I crash a lot. Like, a lot. And I don't normally bin bells just because of the frames that I choose. However, if you are somebody who flies frames with a lot less motor protection, the original Xing motors might be more appealing because over a lot of crashes and abuse, those will definitely last longer than these will. However, a good smack on any bell, no matter how strong it's built, is going to dent it. Doesn't matter if it's a wheelie motor, doesn't matter if it's a single piece. The bell is the easiest thing on a motor to bend. So, with that being said, do I think you should buy this motor? I think if you are looking for a good budget motor that's not going to break the bank, that is durable enough, and that has extremely good performance, extremely smooth motor, then this is the right one. I would pick this over the original Xing motor because I feel that this motor not only outperforms it, but has a lot more smooth throttle transition from high throttle to low throttle due to the fact that the bell itself isn't as heavy. However, if you are a racer or someone who has no motor protection and you're afraid of bending the bells, then I might go with the original Xing motor and sacrifice that little bit of efficiency for the additional durability. With that being said, if you liked the video, make sure you hit the like button, write a comment. If you agreed, let me know. If you disagreed, or if you think I missed something, make sure you put that down in the comments below. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. I try to release a video at least every week, and you know, it might be some freestyle videos. I might have a little unboxing of a quad box or something like that, or I might just have a video where I show off a motor. So, if you like what I'm doing, stay tuned. Thank you. Bye. What are you still doing here? You haven't clicked on another video yet? You're being silly. Think there's a cutscene or something.